So let's get to our topic for today. We've already kind of hit on it sometimes. Food.
Yeah.
So it's the holidays. We want to do this last week, especially with Thanksgiving coming in the States.
Yeah.
Food is super important because it's delicious.
The kitchen
Essential for survival.
is like the nexus of like the American dream, I guess, where like everyone at least in my family, everyone gathers in the kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In my family, my mom was like, get out of the kitchen. It's too small for people.
Aw.
And then I was like, all right, I'll play Call of Duty with Dad then.
Yeah.
But it was still nice. So, so we were thinking a lot about food, but this is still, there's holidays coming up where there's a lot of eating involved. So,
Yeah.
we
So
thought, food.
let's talk about like the most delicious food in anime. Like almost always, except with Digimon Try, food looks delicious.
Yeah.
It's without
It's always
fail like just
sparkling.
beautiful and just
I feel, and
I can't believe it.
especially, I'm going to bring up Japan again. Being in Japan, presentation is incredibly important. Like, no matter where we went, like, regardless if it was that, like, small ramen shop or we had a very nice dinner one night, it's always presented. And so that's why I think, like, that's why you get things like Food Wars, and where it's just about the present. It's as much about the taste of the food as it is, like, this looks incredible.
Right, like even in I think the third episode of Food Wars where he gives her that
The
egg dish,
Yep.
and she's kind of like, this doesn't look, and then it's really delicious. So he didn't really hit the presentation point, and that was a really big impediment for him. So you see that happen. And then food's always sparkly. Have you seen like cakes in anime where they're like sparkly?
And if it's like meat, it's like steaming. And just, guys, it's right before lunch. I'm getting
I
hungry
didn't
already.
have breakfast. This is gonna be fun.
I want to ask you guys, like, what is your favorite food in anime? Like, obviously, it can be like made up or it can be a real thing. A lot of times, it ends up being like Japanese food. Of course, it makes sense.
Right.
But it always looks so like delicious. Like
Meat.
Regardless
Regardless of, like, I don't particularly like chicken legs or anything like that, but I do like the way that chicken legs and like turkey legs are portrayed in anime.
Remember that karage we had at the little place?
Oh my god!
Also, we had highballs.
Oolong
the
tea highballs.
highballs.
I just sat in the corner. I was like, I'm in the dark corner drinking oolong tea high. Sorry.
Whatever.
Sorry, Kelly.
It's fine. It's
Love
fine.
you.
We'll all go later. It's whatever. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
But
Still jealous.
yeah, like they have a way of like just even like fried foods look better. Like they just have like this perfect colors and
Yeah.
Yeah, karage. It's super good. I love ramen because it's always like beautiful ramen, like with like eggs.
yeah.
And
We can't do the segment without saying ramen because like you grow up with like it's ramen. You get like the Maruchan little package and boil it and like
Or
here's
a cup of noodles.
Yeah, cup noodles. Yeah,
It's like you maybe put some corn or something and maybe somebody will put like an egg in it.
Yeah.
That's not ramen.
Maybe
Ramen is so many beautiful things in anime.
I can give you like the topology of ramen. It's like think of it as like a pie. You have a section that's showing the noodles. You have seaweed that's kind of like folded over the side. You have probably pork shoulder or thigh or something, and that's double layered.
It's so tender too.
It's so tender, and it has little like you can see like basically like veins of fat running through it.
Help.
There's
a hard-boiled or like soft-boiled egg.
Sometimes it's like cooked in some other broth beforehand. It has an extra special taste.
Like a shoyu egg or something.
Yeah, and then you have like buttered corn.
Buttered
sometimes.
corn.
Yeah.
God, it's
You have green onions always.
Green onions.
always green onions. Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Just
So good.
God, it's
amazing.
So there's this ramen truck that we might go to after this.
Okay.
or lava.
Also, like
Or lava.
one anime that I can always just think of, like when I think of ramen, I think of Naruto. Because like ramen is such a
He's always
big
just-
thing.
I haven't even
Hiraki
seen it, and I
ramen.
know that.
Yeah, so
It's iconic.
like there's so many things. Also, the ramen in Ponyo. Like
Ponyo!
it's just like that little jump that says, "Hey, you can make good ramen too." Even if it's like this 3-minute, just steam it and you just add some ingredients. Like makes it a little bit more accessible. I remember when I first the first time I actually dressed up ramen was in college. I was like, "Oh, this is just so much better!" Like, what happened? It's kind of weird how that happens. And I always thought it was like this kind of trash thing for a while.
Welcome to
and-
Trashcast.
Yeah, Trashcast. I would say my favorite is always the sweets and baked goods.
Yep.
So good. Because a lot of Japanese pastries that aren't just like purely Japanese, like from
Yeah, like
culture.
general
Yeah,
pastries.
like they are usually like French based.
Yeah.
So they're like a lot more intricate and beautiful, and they're
like
not
those cakes with the strawberries
At least, like-
on them and all the frosting.
Yeah, like where I've lived like bakeries and stuff, I've just been like cupcakes and cake and some breads.
Yeah.
But this one's like really intricate, like beautiful dishes. I wrote down a few shows that do it super well. So there's one called Bonjour Sweet Love.
Patisserie.
Yeah, patisserie.
You
Yeah.
know some French, don't you?
A little bit. It's been a long time.
I looked up how you say it as like patisserie. So
Patisserie.
yeah, except that's with American
Yeah.
accent, whatever. Anyway, and My
Croissant.
Love Story, of course.
My love's
Because there's so many baked goods in that.
cry.
Cakes in that show are ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, when she makes him like either the birthday cake or the New Year's cake, it is like multiple layers and it's all intricate and has like this beautiful chocolate and
and
like
then when she goes and works in the bakery, I mean, like
with
it's
that
just,
guy.
yeah, and it's just like beautiful and it's such attention to detail and like making it such an integral part of the show, even though it's like, about other things. And then of course Yakitate Japan, which is about bread, and so like their breads look amazing, and so it's. Like I love baking,
Yeah.
so I cry every time I see perfectly baked goods.
Oh,
But Bonjour Sweet Love Patissier.
patisserie.
Patisserie. I was like wrong.
Patisserie.
Patisserie. French guys.
We're weeaboos. We speak Japanese around
yeah,
here.
Even then, it's
Even
a
then,
little
I'm
weird.
like, ugh.
Yeah. So that one is like a weird short. It's based off like a dating sim.
Good.
And so, but this girl goes to a culinary school, or I guess it's like more of a baking academy kind of thing. And so they just make desserts. And she goes to different classes with different chefs who like specialize in different types. So like this one's like an Italian guy, this one's like a French guy,
Fantastic.
and this guy's like
And
specializes
you
in
date all of
Japanese
them?
desserts.
Can you date them though?
I mean, you're watching, so she picks. But every episode they have like amazing pastries. I'm like, yes.
What if she picks the wrong boy?
That's a good one. That's what happens usually in these adaptions. You
Yeah.
don't pick
So
the one
it's
you
all
want.
about playing dating sims. Is what you're saying?